Hi, my name is Marion Douglas, and this is my letter of introduction. And for those of you who are seeing me for the first time and viewing this for the first time, the reason why I do it this way is because I want people to know exactly who it is that I am. The other important thing I think for you is that if I'm going to be sitting in front of your clients or meeting with people that are important to you, I think it's pretty important to you that also that you get to see how it is that I present and what it is that your clients are going to see. If you're not there to see it yourself, then you get to see how it is that this presentation is going to be made. Because ultimately, however it is that I show up, it's going to be a reflection on you, it's going to be a reflection on your company, it's going to be a reflection on decisions that you make and how it is that you do business. And so I wanted to make sure that whatever it is that impression is, that you get to see that up front. Okay, whatever that is going to be, this is it. If this works for you, then that's great. And if it doesn't work for you, well, that's fine too, because either way, it's the way that I show up. So a lot of the questions that we get to answer in letters of introduction is exactly what is the difference between having me show up and be representing your company for whatever reason, and having somebody else. Obviously, in an environment like we have today, there are lots of people to consider about who it is that you're going to have represent you in whatever way that you are asking them to represent you. Okay, there are lots of qualified people that are out there these days. Lots of businesses have gone under, lots of jobs have been outsourced, and so there's a glut of people who are qualified and make very good presentations. I'm one of those people. So the important thing then is, well, with all of this possibility and all these different people that I have to make choices, why should I choose you? Okay. Here is the important thing. Most people, when I'm looking at a position, even when I was hiring people, I looked at their resume, obviously, their experience and background and things like that. But the best people that I ever hired were not the best people because of their resume and experience and education. The best people were people who came in and for some other reason, they were major contributors to what it is that we were up to. And so there were some things that made them major contributors. I remember when I was a kid, my dad used to say, there's such thing as motivated people, and then there's also such thing as people who are motivating factors. And I've seen firsthand the difference between those two things. In fact, at different times in my life, I've even been that. There's times when I've been a motivated person. I've gone out and gotten things done and people were impressed. But in recent years, I've become a motivating factor. And what the difference is that I can go out and do the same kinds of things that I used to do, but my influence over other people and creating an environment in which other people become influential has changed dramatically. So that the impact of me being involved in something is greatly increased. And not necessarily what I'm doing has increased that, but how I'm showing up with other people is causing an environment in which bigger things happen. So if I'm in a business and I start working in a business and I'm having that kind of impact, the big question is, the contribution that I make, is it the kind of contribution that you're looking for the next 5 to 10 years with your company? Because contribution is what it is that makes the difference in my mind. I could come in and I could be a person who is qualified and experienced and have all the right paperwork and credentials and actually do the job, and an employer would be happy. I could also be a person who is less credentialed, has less experience, but I'm an impact player. And when I come in, something about the way that I am and the way that I show up causes everything to be different in a big way. And in the direction of whatever the vision is that you have for the next 5 years. I have my own goals about what it is that I'm up to. I know that those are going to be accomplished one way or the other. But the difference is that the people that I work with over the next 5 years in accomplishing those things are going to see a different impact from me than maybe they would from a lot of other people who are possibilities that you're thinking about right now. One of the important things is that I understand that no matter who I'm working with or company, that I'm behind the company and behind the desk is actually a human being that's making the decisions. Now that's true from the standpoint of being employed, and it's also true from the standpoint of being in front of a client. If I'm sitting there and I'm not representing the company, I'm representing the person who is representing the company. And the person who's sitting behind the desk is not the company, they're the person that's representing the company. And if my presentation and the way that I am clicks with that person's presentation and the way that they are, then we'll do business together. And if it doesn't, then we won't. Ultimately, this is not about companies doing business with each other, it's about people doing business with each other. I understand that. I understand how to have impact on people in such a way that they want to do business with me. And so those are some of the things, the intangible things that are not on a resume and won't be in a letter of introduction or written one. Those kinds of things cannot be explained to anyone. You have to see it or believe it when you see the person and interact with them. So I don't want to make this a whole long drawn out thing, but these are the kinds of things that make the difference, I think, in your decision. They certainly make a difference in mine. And so having said that, I wish you the best in 2010. I hope that we get to do business with each other, and all of my contact information is enclosed. So take care of yourself, take care of your company, and I wish you the best of success in 2010.